So it records on. All right. Good morning, Ms. Johnson. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well. All right. Let's get this meeting on the road today. All right. I'm going to share the agenda and as well as some things we will be discussing. And this is just basically an overview of some things we will be trying to implement for summer school and some other things. Let me start by thanking you for getting out the appropriate letters for the children on yesterday. That we attached those who needed summer enrichment or those who needed summer school to be promoted. All right, and those we didn't reach, I would suggest that we go ahead and get them to guidance, whereas they could possibly come up with maybe a meeting or to contact them if needed, because after that, they will more than likely request a meeting for more information following up, but we've contacted several of them. As some of the letters indicated, first notice, second notice, third notice. So everyone should be well aware, no questions should arrive. I also shared a schedule, just something similar to what we did last year, because we're going to be staying all day from 8 until 2:30. So basically, and I know several years ago, we'll have to check. We don't know if the related arts will be the same. And we'll be checking on that. We did some, the thematic units in the past. And not knowing if we'll have the same teacher as well. That's a choice. So, but I know I do want to incorporate the daily reading. And we did the bookmobile last year. So hopefully that will be a must this year as well. All right, let's scroll down. You got any comments about the schedule? And I have question marks because I really don't know. Anything in particular you're thinking about that we can?
No, ma'am, not as of right now.
Okay, all right.
It looks real similar to like what we did last year. So
yeah, that's what I said. Try to keep it simple. Giving them their little brace because they need that kind of like calm down time. Don't know if related arts will be daily, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We had alternate days once before, but there's been time when we've had it daily. Hopefully that can be done this year, but depending on numbers, depending on the number of faculty that we can find to do it. I know people don't like to give up their summers for that. My suggestion would be like it's noted, you see it, instruction from that period of time in the morning, try to hit that block, and then by noon and lunch after that, then we would do, I would say, the instructional programs, the computer-based programs, those that are open, because some close. I know Achieve is still open in the summer, IXL, so we'll use that. And of course, once again, baseline, we don't have to test them. We're going to be using their spring scores for STAR. So that would be a must. And we'll get that done. Anything particular you're thinking about doing with math or want to come up with something?
No, ma'am, nothing special. As far as like me using the same system I used last year, that's probably gonna be the game plan.
All right. STAR, okay, STAR is the base scores, their baseline. Oh, what about grouping? I've thought about gender. Give me your feedback with that.
Will we have enough girls? Because I know it's a lot of.
And that will be the question. If not, then we're just gonna have to basically, I guess, mix them up or basically have an all gender where you have a few who could possibly handle being the few mixed with the boys. So I would, that would suffice for me. All right, any other issues that you think we can handle? Okay, any goals? All right, like next year, anything we're thinking about doing for next year?
As far as next year, I know we will have to talk to Ms. Simmons, but as far as next year, like us being able to kind of have say on how the classes are split up, I think that's
so you want to like start generating that list and how they're split. I know we normally do, but then we look like we get the schedule, and they've changed, and they have them all grouped together where they feed off of each other, those who are friends and those who are not, and like, yeah, it's like, it's not a good set, like that second block for me, your first block.
Or even doing the gender thing for during the school year as well. Like, I think that would be a big help.
Yeah, and that's something Dr. Nelson and we've talked about that before. We've done that before, you know, and then you had them where they called them the Gentlemen's Academy and the Women's Academy. And I think it will work well because at middle school, they're trying to impress.
Yes.
You know, so being in there with those little boys, that identity, that self-identity is coming in. So they're doing that. That's always an issue. Yeah, I think the gender, when we did it, we were adamant at first, but it worked well. You know, girls would figure, oh, I'm not impressing anybody, boy. No one was impressing anybody. We have to get this task. We have to get it done. We're going to work as a team, and it worked well. You know, you're not going to have, you know, it's not utopia. You're going to have discipline problems. Minimal with what I'd say. I'm not understanding why a lot of things that work and we didn't do it. Now, I think our biggest task last year with these library books were we got them missing. So I don't know how they're going to do that this year with the county library and having them keep up with them. They're checked out, but then the kids say they missed them, and then, but how they checked it out under a related arts teacher. Now that I was not satisfied with last year because I wouldn't want to be
all on you.
Yeah, for all those books, and that's what happened last year with Miss Porter. They said you checked out all of these books and then you have to find them. So we were on like a scavenger hunt last year. I think we found them though.
Okay.
Which is just crazy. I don't know. Maybe we can plug that in guidance or Dr. Nelson with the gender grouping. I hope that works. And then for our next meeting, we'll just be, you know, we're wrapping it up at the end of the year. You doing anything specific for testing review? I know they're tired because we've done Ames this week. We've tested them too much, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm trying to game mode so it won't be as boom.
Yeah, I think I'm like definitely next week start like just reviewing. I don't think I can add anything on. I think they're at their
like basic skills, a quick mini lesson for the reviews, and then after that, I will come in and then we'll do like a game, you know, chunking it, not to just like draw it out to have it long, because their attention spans is these kids